Hey, what up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers fall to the San Diego Strippers by 18 points. Now, we're going to break this game down just a little bit. Don't really want to talk too much about it. It was an ugly game. It was not fun, but it was expected. It was an expected result. I expected an L due to the fact that we've been injured. I expected it to be a bit more competitive, but again, half-court sets was looking ugly. Um, and they capitalized. All right, they capitalized. But why is it that I'm not so upset? Because it's just a regular season game, guys. Clipper fans will be super happy. This is the closest thing to a championship, to beating a championship team they ever come to, right? So, let them feel themselves. It's going to be their day. The trolls are out. Watch the roaches plague this comment section in 3, 2, 1. But all I got to tell you guys is this, man. There were some encouraging signs in this game. Now, first of all, we can't get the offense right. I want to talk about the negatives. Half-court sets, turning the ball over. Kyle Kuzma was atrocious. Dennis Schroder was atrocious. KCP, our backcourt, atrocious. The bench backcourt, atrocious. We basically shot ourselves in the foot. Now, we only lost by 18 points, missing all the players we were. I imagine inserting LeBron James would have made the difference. Basically, he by himself could get those 18 points and more. Inserting Anthony Davis obviously would have made a difference. And then obviously Andre Drummond as well. By the way, quick update on Andre Drummond. My man still can't even put on a shoe, so I don't know how many games he's going to miss, but that's not good news. So that's unfortunate. Now, why am I not so upset? Because these stupid flippers made a fool of themselves, even though they won and all of that. We didn't take the biggest L of the night. No, sir. No, we did not. That honor always goes to the flippers. Why? Because how you got a player named Terrence Mann on your team, right? Terrence Mann, but you got Serge Ibaka out here dressing like a woman. Like, that makes no sense. That was the biggest L of all. Did you guys see that? He even had the little man purse. My man was out here looking like one of them blow-up things that they have at the tire shop. I was like, what the heck is he doing? That was the biggest L of the night. So even I'd rather take a regular season loss with all my injured players than take an L like that, man. Yeah, that was ridiculous. And then you had hot breath Patrick Beverly yelling on the sidelines as if it was the playoffs. That's why nobody likes you guys, man. So, by the way, THT was hooping again, making the Kyle Lowry fans, the diehards. I was in the comment section. Where y'all at now, man? Yeah, most of those points were effectiveness because we're missing everybody and they had already won the game. But it's still impressive. My man was out here going 1-on-5 at times, getting buckets, man. But I do have to be hard on a couple players. Kyle Kuzma and Dennis Schroder. Kyle Kuzma showed us a nice 30-point game. This was the first bad game that I can officially say he had since LeBron James has been out. So I'm going to cut him some slack. However, I need him to be all the way turned up for these type of games, man. You could turn up versus the Kings, but you can't turn up versus the Clippers. Come on, bro. Make me look good, man. You got to show up. KCP, man. He continues to be in prison mentally. He's in jail. He's locked up. And they throw away the key because he ain't coming out of that funk. He has one good game, and then he has like 20 bad ones. What's going on with KCP, man? He continues to drop the soap. I'm not happy about it. But the one I have to be the hardest on, like Montrezl Harrell did his thing. He continues to be Mr. Efficiency. The one player that I just don't get it. I don't get why. I have a theory. Me and one of you guys was talking on Twitter about it, but why is Dennis Schroder looking like he's moping because he didn't get a contract extension? 8 points, 3 turnovers, looking like a days ago going through the motions. We need a lot more than 8 points and 3 turnovers from Dennis Schroder if we even expect to win tonight or even expect to compete. If he would have gave us double that, we would have been in the game, right? Give us 16 points. We would have been in the game, But nope. My man couldn't even get to his average. Horrible game by him. Marc Gasol, bro, I got to be hard on you. You going to pout and complain. You had 3 nice 3-pointers, but outside of that, your ass was getting cooked on defense. Like, come on, Mark. You got to play a lot better than that if you want to complain about the starting lineup. If not, it just looks ridiculous on you, bro. I'm sorry. It's not a good outfit. That jealousy outfit you got on, take that off because it doesn't look good. That's number 2. Number 3. All right, number 3. Wesley Matthews was injured, so we're going to cut him some slack. But why in the heck do we continue to jack up 3-point shots when they're not falling? We shot under 20% again, I think, tonight. So why do we continue to jack up 3-point shots when the shit isn't falling? Like we gotta stop that immediately, right? We gotta stop that immediately. But again, congratulations to the San Diego Flippers on their regular season titles. They don't get anything else, so what I'm saying, you gotta let them enjoy the moment. They're probably out here popping champagne. I see all these fans are happy right now. That's cool. Let them be happy. They beat an injury-filled Lakers squad. I mean, if that doesn't make you feel good, I don't know what will, right? You want a cookie? But I'm not even mad, guys. I expected a loss, to be honest with you, especially once we heard Andre Drummond was out the lineup. I knew that they would kill us, man, in the paint. Then on top of that, we turned the ball over and didn't shoot well. So, and they only beat us by 18. I mean, if they want to be proud of that, go for it. But LeBron James by himself would have probably got us a victory if they only beat us by 18. That's saying a lot. He said, this is their championship, Dan. Let them enjoy it. You're right. I'm just going to be quiet about it. Let them have it. Let them have it. They're happy today. Happy Resurrection Sunday, Laker Nation. Yes, definitely, man. Shout out to God for sure. He said, Kuz airball, shame. Yeah, them free throws. I don't know what's going on with Kuz. Sometimes in that free throw line is all in his head. My boy got to start touching the rim at least. You know what I'm saying? He airballed another free throw. Oh man, that's embarrassing. But still, not as embarrassing as Serge Ibaka's dress. That was crazy. Serge Ibaka's dress with the man purse, bro. I didn't even know that was him until they said that was Serge Ibaka. I was like, what the heck? What's going on here? So that was definitely the biggest loss tonight. You know what I'm saying? We took the L on the court, but they took it off and on the court with Serge Ibaka. Having Serge Ibaka, they should have just had him stay at home. Like if I was the training staff, I would have said, excuse me, sir, you have credentials to be here? And if he would have shown me the credentials, I would have said, just go back home, bro. I'm trying to give you a hint that you don't look good. Go back home. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. They're happy being the weirdest team in the league with the weirdest 5 fans. And by the way, they were talking smack about our beautiful Laker fans. Don't ever talk smack about our beautiful Laker fans. Clipper fans, have y'all looked in the mirror or can you not afford one? Because let me tell you something, man. Hills have eyes. The hills have eyes. Sabotage, appreciate you, bro. He said, happy Easter, Dan. To you and yours, stay safe. Go Lakers, F the Slippers, and Gonzaga. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Happy Easter, bro. Thank you so much to you and your family. He said the Nets lost to the Bulls. That's what I'm telling you, man. I can't even be mad. We're not even healthy. We're not even anywhere close to being healthy. So even the Nets, they're not healthy, but they got hella stars, so they got no reason to lose these games. But it's the NBA, so. He said Austin Rivers over KCP. KCP, what's going on with KCP? Talk to me about KCP, guys. I really can't explain. I really can't explain, man, at all what's going on with KCP. Like, I have no explanation, guys. Talk to me. I want to know. He said, so we lost to San Diego, huh? Yes, sir. Today. He's Austin Rivers over KCP. What's going on? KCP, man. I want to know what's going on with KCP because I root for my guy. I really do. Like, did you see how fluid he was when we were down 20? He came off the screen and shot the 3. For some reason, when there's no pressure on him, he knows that the game's not close. He shoots great. But then, when we're in a close game or anything, we can't get anything, over 10 points out of him. What's going on? He said he cares more about his hair than the NBA run. I don't know, man. He strikes me as a guy who got his payday. And, he strikes me as a guy who got his payday and just stopped caring about basketball. That's KCP for me. I don't know. That's what he strikes me as. I don't know. He said they can't afford no mirror out of stack of trophies. He said, and rings is worth more than half the flipper houses. It don't matter, bro. Bottom line is, look, man, I really didn't like the antics they had on the sideline. Forget about the dress. All right. Maybe it's a cultural thing I don't know about or whatever. Forget about the dress. No disrespect to the culture. All I'm saying is he ain't rocking it, bro. You too tall. Like, you ain't looking good in that, period. As far as Patrick Beverly, bro, his hot breath almost melted the ozone the way he was yelling, bro. Southern California just overheated when he opened his breath. Like, that was crazy, right? But he said, hopefully the Nuggets lose. I really don't want to fall to the 5th seed. We got to avoid that 7th seed play-in tournament. Well, thank you, bro. Appreciate the donation. I will say this. I'm not too worried about seeding right now, but we should win the games we need to win. We've been taking care of those. Thank God we won, 3 out of our last 5. So that's solid. Taking care of the teams we need to take care of. So that's good. Now, coming up, the schedule gets really tough. I really hope we get our man back. We could use Andre Drummond. And more than that, we could use LeBron and AD, but something helps in the paint, man. Again, the size was killing us in the paint. You know, we made Zubats look like Andre Drummond tonight. Like he was out here blocking everything. So that's how it tells you we're too flat-footed even on offense. And we got to do a better job, man. We got to do a better job. He said, stop the zone defense, Vogel, with the shooters on the other team. And we're not communicating defensively either. We're not communicating defensively either. If you need another man, I want to hear this. If you need another man to make you better, you don't need to be in the NBA. I'm just saying. Hey, whoa. She came with a dagger. Appreciate you, girl. I'll say this about that. There's some role players that do need other players to make them better. So that's a fact. As far as not being in the NBA, there's a lot of people that don't deserve to be in the NBA. There's talent all around the world. However, the way that these teams are made, in my opinion at least, you need role players as well. Not everybody can be a star. And that comes back to bite you when your actual stars are injured, because now you don't have those stars to step up and hit the big shots. It's simple. Look, we weren't going to win today, okay? Especially without Drummond, without any size in the paint, we weren't going to win. They had all the size. So they won, right? But they only won by 18. Considering the fact that we're missing LeBron, AD, Drummond, Wesley Matthews, and they had basically everybody, and they only won by 18, I'm not impressed. Like, was I supposed to be impressed with this? Now, had they blow us out by 35, 40 or 50, like the other night, I forgot what team got blown out by 50, then we would have had a problem. I would have been pissed off, kicking and screaming right now, probably breaking stuff, because everybody knows I hate the Clippers, man. It's no secret at this point. Losing to them never feels good. However, it was expected. You kind of have to anticipate it. If you're smart, you anticipated this loss. All right, it would have been surprising had we won. I would have been ecstatic, but I'm not mad at the loss simply because we're undermanned and they're not. Bottom line. But there are some players in the league, all right, that look a lot better when a star is on the team. One of those players is Alex Caruso. Talk about it. Talk about it, Laker Nation. Why does Alex Caruso look like a G League player when LeBron's not on the court with him? Is it maybe because he plays better when LeBron is there because he doesn't want to disappoint? Is he one of those players? Or is it just because he's having a little funk and maybe I'm being too harsh on him? I don't know. But I love Alex Caruso, and he hasn't really made an impact since LeBron went out or since he bumped his head. Either one. Take your pick. But, at the end of the day, Alex Caruso is a solid role player. He needs to play his role better. So I am disappointed in the whole backcourt today. KCP, Dennis Schroder, Caruso, everybody outside of THT played really bad. I thought THT was impressive, even though, again, his points didn't mean anything because it wasn't a close game. But still, he showed poise. He showed he's better than Terrence Mann, regardless of whatever ABC7 tells you. And he showed that he's fearless. He even when he plays bad, the kid is not afraid to make mistakes. To me, that's going to take him a long way. I look at those little things and I'm like, okay, this kid is special talent. So I'm happy we didn't trade him. But Caruso, who we usually count on, he was huge for us last year in the championship run. KCP, the same. And Dennis Schroder, who wants over 20 mil. Dennis Schroder looks like he's pouting because he didn't get his extension. Maybe he wanted something closer to what Drew Holiday got, but even that was overpayment. You know what I'm saying? So that was disappointing. Yes, Kuzma was disappointing today as well. But really, let's be honest. A lot of these star players like Dennis and Kuzma, if your role players aren't hitting, the defense is going to zero in and take those players out of the game, especially when you're playing a supposedly good defensive team like the Clippers. Let's see how good they are when LeBron and AD come back. But for now, we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They were the better defensive team. They got Dennis and Kuzma out of their comfort zone, and as a result, they didn't hit shots and they didn't really play well. But they have to, they have to play better than what they did tonight. I don't care if they don't get to 20, but play better, play smarter, don't turn the ball over. Do the little things to help your team win. If they take you out offensively, fine. Rebound harder, pass better, play better defense. do the other things. Bottom line is, I'm disappointed in those guys because I expect a lot more from them. The only one who lived up to the hype was Trez and THT, which ironically were the only two players over 15 points. So, again, not upset at all. Not upset. It's disappointing when we're not in the game because I'm a diehard Laker fan just like y'all. But realistically, like I said, this team, we're just been bitten by the injury bug. Even Wesley Matthews, who was playing better as of recently, even he got injured. So that's 4 key rotation players out while they had everybody. And that was the difference in tonight's game. But again, not the biggest loss. Not the biggest loss of the night at all. At all. I hate the Clippers. What did I tell you? Kuzma didn't step up. Yeah, he had a bad game. But you know what? People are going to be hard on Kuzma because he had this bad game. But this might be the first bad game he had since LeBron James. So everybody has a bad game once in a while. My thing is, how will he bounce back versus Denver? How's he going to bounce back versus these other teams? I expect Kuzma to get up there to 20 and 10 again the next couple games. If not, then I'll be really mad at him. But he had one off night, and like I said, the defense is going to zero in on him and Dennis. They took him out. They did what they had to do, especially with all the injuries. They did it. It's easier. When you have less offensive firepower, anybody who's played real basketball knows that if you're on a team where it's only you and your friend are good and everybody else is bad, then the defense can just lock y'all up. They could double team y'all, send help, do all this extra stuff. You're going to be tired by the end of the game because you're trying to do too much. Teammates ain't knocking down shots, and it's just you're not going to be as effective. Whereas if they have threats everywhere on the court, like we will when we get AD and LeBron back, all of a sudden the defense has to pick your poison and somebody else will make you pay. You'll be less winded. You'll play your role better. And that's it. Robert said Kuzma is not an all-star. He's okay. Damn, Robert, you make assessments from one day to the next, don't you? Here's the thing. If he was on a different team, he'd probably be putting up all-star numbers. And that's just a fact. Whether y'all like the way he played today or not, it's not going to change who he is. Kuzma's a very good player. He's not just okay. It is just he had a bad game. But of course, who let the dogs out, right? All of a sudden, the hounds are coming for Kuz. I love it, though. Keep that same energy because when he plays good, I want to hear the same criticism. I don't want to hear, he played good. He's good. No, I don't want to hear that. He's just okay. Let's remember that. He said Kuzma has to play better in big games and versus rivals. This is not our rival. That's number one, Young Elder. I don't know if you just got to LA last year or not. Thanks for the donation. But this is not a rival. The Clippers, don't make no mistake. We've never met in the playoffs, first of all. Secondly, they don't have any championships. And third of all, Kuzma does have to play better, but this wasn't our rival. So I guess it doesn't apply to this game. I don't know. Please check out my channel, Dan. LES Kitchen. Thank you, Dan, and bless you. I will. I'll check it out when I get a chance. Link it to me in the comment section after the video post so I don't forget. You guys act like you didn't see Schroder out there playing terrible. Kevin, for some reason, man, they hate on my boy. But I'm done preaching, man. We've seen what we've seen out of Kuz. He just had a 30-point game. Everybody was praising him. Now everybody wants to turn on him. That's fine. Keep that same energy when he plays good, too. They are our rival. I don't know, Johnny. I've never seen any rival that hasn't won anything or beating you in a big situation. Had they beat us in the playoffs, then maybe you can give them that tag. But regular season means nothing, especially when your players are injured. They're not really our rival, man. That's just a fact. The media wants to brainwash you to think that's your rival because they keep saying, the Battle of LA. What Battle of LA? Come on, man. We own all the real estate in LA. I don't want to hear that. Boston is our rival. Agreed with that. Absolutely. Jose, appreciate you, bro. You said Laker Nation is an early game. There's still a lot of time in the day to make something out of today. Don't let a loss mess up your mood. He said our stars will be back and we'll be good. Appreciate you, bro. There you go. Finally, some sense. Thank you, man. Thank you. And thanks for the donation as well. Damn, people want Kuzma to score 99 points and 37 assists, 40 rebounds. It's just, look, everybody has bad games. This is a good defensive team, right? According to ABC7, they're the best or something like that they were talking about. So they did what they had to do. They took out our main players. It wasn't just like if it was only Kuz that played bad and we lost the game by a point due to Kuz, all right, be hard on Kuz. This game was never even in reach. You know, this game was never even in reach. Tony Martinez says Kuzma should be a 25-point per game scorer. Not on this team. That's unrealistic. You must play a lot of 2K because on this team, he's lucky to get 15. On this team, you got a pecking order. And now that you added Drummond, it's going to be lower on that pecking order. So, yeah, not on this team. He said, how you airball free throws? Wow, he can't be human. So he airballed a free throw. That must mean he's trash, right? Okay. So what if LeBron ever airballs a free throw? What does that mean? Does that mean he's trash as well? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Don't do this. Don't be fair weather today. We lost. Take your L's like champs. Move on. We're the defending champs. We're injured. It's that simple. Talk about Ben McLemore. He would be a solid addition. Ben McLemore would be a solid addition. He's always been a good shooter. I liked him since he was on the Kings. He's only 6'3", but the way KCP shooting, give me some Ben McLemore. I'll take him over KCP right now. Arthur said, I'm sorry, Dennis doesn't deserve 84 in my opinion. Don't be sorry. You're right. I mean, I'm struggling to give him 11 mil the way he's playing recently. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man. He said, hey, Dan, happy Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, bro. Thanks, James. He said, can't stand these fair weather fans. We'll be fine. If you're not riding with us now, don't ride with us later. Patience. I mean, they can hate on Kuz all they want. I'm done preaching about it. Like, if they want to call him trash, that's just low IQ. You know what I mean? Kuz has been exceptional. He's probably been the third or fourth best player on this team when we're complete. So that tells you something. Like, you can't be the third or fourth best player on a championship team and be trash. But what people don't understand, they want to see 25 points a game. It's just not going to happen on this team. He's done that when players have been injured for a long extent. He had a bad game today. Okay, everybody wants to bring out the noose now. They're trying to hang Kyle Kuzma. It's ridiculous, bro. There's people having worse seasons, and we're not talking about them enough. You know? There's people being more inconsistent. Like, come on, KCP's the worst one on the team right now. The man, it's just, but we still don't trash him because he's a Laker. We're going to root for him. That's just the way it goes. But who can we get if we lose Dennis? I'll address that when it happens, man. We don't even know if we're going to lose him at this point. I mean, is anybody even going to offer anything else? You know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't know at this point. THC should start over KCP. I've been saying that for the longest. I've been saying that because he is, super aggressive. He can get to spots on the floor. Sure, he makes mistakes. People were hanging him a couple of games ago. Now, people want to start him. It's just we can't be on this flip-flop stuff, all right? We got to support our players through and through. They struggled tonight. We're injured. Don't expect anything less out of that. Yeah, maybe a little bit more of a fight would have been nice, but we lost. And that's the bottom line. My man said TSC should start over KCP. How many of you guys agree that you would start Taylor Horton-Tucker over KCP? And I'm going to tell you, by the way, I have a hot take. Why do the Lakers not have such a sense of urgency in re-signing Dennis Schroder if that cap space is going to be locked up, even if we don't re-sign him? You know? I'm going to tell you why. 3 letters. THT. If this guy improves in his decision-making abilities and becomes more of a playmaker, he can already get to the rim, and he improves his jump shooting, and one summer he can do that. Those are minor things he can improve. If THT improves that, we could be looking at the point guard of the future. Now, remember, point guards nowadays aren't really playmakers. We already have LeBron for that. But I'm talking we could end up starting, let's say Dennis Schroder walks. I would start THT at the point guard. Why? Point guards nowadays are primary scorers anyways, and it's not like LeBron doesn't play point forward anyways. So we could be looking at the starting point guard of the future already. And if Dennis Schroder leaves that money on the table and he walks and we don't have enough cap to re-sign somebody else, I'd be just okay, especially if THT makes that growth over the summer, improves that jump shot, learns how to stretch the floor, and just makes better decisions. He shows flashes of this. He could be our starting combo guard. So I'm just saying. Jesse, appreciate you, bro. He said, man, these fake fans need to calm down. We're missing 3 key players. Kuz had a bad game, and now he's trash, but he scored 30, and he's a baller. He said, keep it 100. That's what I'm saying, bro, and thanks for the donation. I try to tell them, man, I don't know why they're so emotional. Like, we're all emotional. I wasn't happy with this game. I'm out here clowning the whole game just to make myself feel better, trying to keep a positive, light mood because it is Easter Sunday, and there is, like my man said, the whole game ahead of us, so we got to make something positive off of it. But I don't like I'm not sure if these are real Laker fans when they come on here and one game they trash one player and the next game they praise them. It's like keep the same energy throughout. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm hard on players, I try not to trash them. As long as KCP is a Laker, I make jokes about him dropping the soap and being in prison and all this, but those are just jokes. I don't really feel that way about him. If he transforms back into Bubble Boy KCP from last year, I'll be ecstatic with him. He said, "What's up, Dan? Expected loss, but them turnovers, man. But all good. My thoughts are in Celtic game with fans to raise banner in front of them. Bro, that's going to be hard. And thanks for the donation, bro. That's going to be hard, right? People haven't even talked about that. We are raising a banner in front of the Celtics, like slap in the face, right? Slap in the face. So I love it, man. It works out. You know, it works out, man. It's a blessing. But thanks so much, Jesus, for the donation, man. Thank you so much, brother. LeBron James, 23, thanks, man. He says, sometimes it's a bad and good and injury players. If you talk bad about the Lakers now, if you're not a real fan, go Lakers. Look, man, we can critique our players, and sometimes we'll get emotional. We'll call them names and stuff like that. But it's tough love. Like Laker Nation, the real Laker Nation, we have tough love. But if you win with us, if you help us win, if you outplay your contract the way Kuz has this season, we're gonna love you, man. So that's why when I see these comments that are just a little bit suspect, a little bit questionable about Kuz because he had a bad game when we're undermanned, it makes me question if you are a real Laker fan. You know what I'm saying? The real ones know what's up, man. It was a bad game. You know, it was a bad game. So be it. Yeah, he had a bad game. Yeah, we did break down why he should be better and why he needs to step up in these games. However, he's not trash. No way. If he was on another team, guaranteed. If he wasn't on this contender, he's averaging over 20. Guaranteed. You heard it here. I've always told you guys, go look at his stats when LeBron or AD miss. He averages over 20. Now, even players that average over 20 have bad games. I didn't see Zach LaVine have an 8-point game just the other night. And guess what? Nobody's calling him trash, right? So, come on, man. We got to be realistic here. He said, Dan, our half-court offense is trash, no movement. That I agree with. We need to move the ball better, and we got to play a lot better in the half-court sets. But that's on the coaching staff, in my opinion. Kevin, let's see some words of wisdom from my man Kevin King. He said, THT plays point guard in front of Schroder. We do not need Schroder. And the THT backcourt one. Oh, my goodness. I hate it when I can't. Okay, there it is. He said backcourt, one guy shoots 25% from the three and the other guy shoots 30 from the three. Exactly. Like I said, the sense of urgency people keep asking me about Dennis. I don't really have the same sense of urgency to re-sign him. If he re-signs, that's good on him. You know, he joined a winning franchise and he's in it to win it. If he doesn't re-sign, he just wants the money, go rot somewhere else. It's that simple. You know, go to Detroit. For sure, they'll probably give you 25 to 30. You know, they're desperate for talent. So go rot elsewhere if you're not going to play here. It doesn't matter to me. You know, at the end of the day, he hasn't made as big of an impact that I thought he would as a starter. And I actually think some people made a great point. He might be better coming off the bench the way he's playing. You know, I just don't like his body language. I'm not a fan of it. He seems like he's moping all the time. It's like, bro, when you put your head down and you attack, you're actually very vicious. That's what makes it so frustrating to watch Dennis. But as long as he's a Laker, I'm rooting for him. Still a fan of the kid. I want him to change his mindset, his attitude. He's better than that. Michael, he said, I think I won $10,000 on FanDuel for the Lakers GM. For the Lakers game? That's what's up, bro. Oh my goodness. If you won 10,000, Michael, congrats, bro. That's fire. Your day just got a lot better. That's what's up, man. Congrats, brother. Hopefully you did. But make sure that you say you think. Go double check, bro. Take a screenshot. That way, if they say you didn't win it, you got the proof. He said, Dennis won't get that $84 million offer again. Yeah, I doubt it. He's played worse since the rumor came out. How long can the Lakers wait to fill the last roster spot? I think the 8th of this month is the last day. So I think by the end of this week, yeah, that'll be it. Why does every team have three-point shooters but us, the Lakers? Well, I really do think the Lakers shoot a lot better when we're out in transition after getting defensive stops and we get some wide open shots. We're breaking down the defense that way. You know, we have numbers, and then we get in in such a rhythm. So, you know, also LeBron James in the half court sets and Anthony Davis drawing double teams, guys get wide open. It's different when they're cutting and they have full momentum, and they're actually scoring the bucket from beyond the arc. But um, we have to be better. Bottom line, no excuses, man. It is the NBA. There's probably guys in the G League shooting better than us right now, so we do have to get better, a lot better. I just like Schroder playing starting point guard. Yeah, at this point, I think we've given him more of a great look. Oh, it's actually April 9th? Okay, appreciate you, Kat. Yeah, April 9th is the last day that we can sign a free agent off the buyout market. So, yeah, there it is. Appreciate the update. But, yeah, back to Shooter. I think we've given him enough of a look at the starting point guard where I think it'd be better if he did come off the bench. But he's not going to do it because I don't think Frank Vogel has the cojones to, pull him to the side and put him there. He's probably going to mope the whole time. But that's something, as a coach, you have to command these players respect, I'd rather start a better role player, somebody that's going to play their role, not force anything. And then you can have fresh legs and Dennis coming off the bench going up against second units where I think he would thrive better, which is probably what happened last year. Have you seen the Space Jam trailer? Yes, I have, Antonio. It's pretty dope, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see. I mean, the plot looks a lot different, so I'm curious to see how they're going to incorporate Dane and AD and Deanna Taurasi all as villains. Like, I want to see how that's going to work out. That's interesting. Dan, don't sugarcone. This Lakers is not good 3-point shooting team. Don't sugarcoat. Okay. You probably meant coat. Bro, my bad. I was trying to figure out what you were trying to say. Don't sugarcoat it. I don't sugarcoat it. I do think we're a better 3-point shooting team when Bron and AD are out there. That's not sugarcoating it. That's just my my opinion. But I mean, you're welcome to disagree with me. If you guys feel like last year everybody was criticizing us because of our 3-point shooting, and we just went lights out when we turned it up in the playoffs. So I'm hoping the same could happen this year. But KCP has been really bad, man. I can't even defend him when people say stuff like KCP sucks. I mean, he is sucking right now. You're not lying. So I can't normally I'd come out and say, hey man, we gotta support our guys. But there's nothing I can do, man. He is dropping the soap big time. Dan, what's happening to our shooters? They should be embarrassed that Mark, a center, was our best 3-point shooter today. Time to hit the gym. That's a fact, though. If they're shooting atrociously, they should definitely hit the gym. But I'm not sure how that's going to help in-game situation because sometimes it's just a mental thing. Sometimes I feel like it's a team thing, though. Because if you notice, when one guy starts shooting lights out, the rest of the team does too. It's like you join the party. But when one of them is shooting bricks after bricks and everybody else as well. So it's kind of weird to see, but it's very infectious. Basketball is an infectious sport. When you notice when they're sharing the ball, having fun, that leads to a lot of victories and a lot of good high basketball percentage shots. When they're not, when they're out here blaming each other and arguing and stuff like they did today, it leads to turnovers and a lot of ball hogging. That's what I saw today. Dan, I hope the Lakers keep their draft pick. Me too, Savage. I like this year's draft. It's a pretty deep one. I think we can get a steal, another one. And I'd definitely be looking at that shooting guard position with a couple players in mind. Yes, sir. But that's for content for later, man. He said, can we get Ben McLemore? We can. We most definitely can get Ben McLemore. Will we get Ben McLemore? Well, they were looking for a 3-and-D wing player. So I'm not sure that Ben McLemore is your best option playing defense in the wings, especially being only 6'3". But we'll see. We got a couple days to figure it out. We are currently on the 4th of April, so we got about 4 days to figure out who we're going to sign. And I am curious how we're going to fill up that roster spot. Remember, in order for that player to be playoff eligible, it has to be before the 9th. So, yep, that's a fact. My man said he had a good game against bums. He's trash with real competition. No, nobody's trash. Nobody's in the NBA is trash, bro. And that's just a fact, Terrence. Nobody would make it to the NBA if they were trash. But, I mean, it's your opinion. That's how you feel. You feel like a player's trash. To me, no player that is trash will be able to score 30 points in any game. Even if you think they're bums, the Kings. you still have to go out there and put it up and put it in, right? So these are professionals, man. Come on, grow up a little bit, please. Open your eyes, bro. I mean, I get it. It's street talk, trash. We always call players trash, but in reality, let's keep it a buck 50. Nobody's really trash in the NBA. Even the trashiest player that you think is trash could probably drop hella buckets on your favorite player from the streets. So that tells you he's not trash. He said nobody's trash in the NBA but KCP. Oh, come on. He's not trash. He's just playing like trash, but he's definitely not trash, man. We saw what KCP could do. Are we going to have short-term memory loss and forget what he did in the playoffs already, man? Only because of the regular season? Come on, guys. Come on. He said he wouldn't be in the NBA if he was trash. That's what I'm saying. Dan, who can the Lakers sign? They really need help. We just need to get healthy at this point, man. I was super hyped for Andre Drummond. My man loses a toenail on game 1. How ironic is it that he lost a nail before we got to the Clippers? Like, he got his nail clipped before we got to the Clippers. How ironic is that? But that's just been the luck that we have had. So at this point, we just got to get healthy, man. We have everything we need to win from within. We could use another 3-and-D wing, but it doesn't look like any of them are going to get bought out. I'm waiting for Otto Porter to wave the white flag and say he's trying to get bought out, but we'll see. He said, nah, bro, I'm sorry, bro. He's trash, dog. It's your opinion, man. Don't be sorry to me. Be sorry to yourself because you're doing yourself a disservice, lying to yourself. Like I said, he's been playing like trash. He's in the NBA. He's a champion. So I'm going to put some respect on his name. It's up to you if you want to do the same. Period. He said the team is shooting 36.5 from 3 when LeBron is on the floor and 31.7 when he's off. That's a huge difference. Believe it or not, that 5% is a huge difference. That's the difference between wins and losses, believe it or not. And even then, I think we're capable of shooting closer to 40. We have guys on this team whose MO is just to shoot the ball. That's it. They're just not making shots right now. And you can also blame that in part due to the fact that the quick turnaround of the season, all of our injuries, you can blame it on the quick turnaround. I knew that would be troublesome, but there's nothing we can do, man. Just try to stay afloat and get healthy. That's it. Intel Wild, probably one of the coolest names on here. Thanks for the donation, bro. He said, guys, once AD, LeBron, and Drummond come back, it'll be much easier for Kuz, Schroder, etc. Exactly. I mean, it's common sense. Like I said, a lot of people have never probably played organized basketball. When you play organized basketball, I've been in this situation where my big man was missing because he had to work or whatever. I've been in a rec league. Big man was missing or another guy got injured or whatever. All of a sudden, their defense starts zeroing in on you and on your co-star. And now y'all having trouble even getting shots off. No matter how athletic you are or how good you are, that double, triple team throughout the course of a game is going to impact you. Trust me, I've been there. I've been huffing and puffing and all that stuff, when I'm out there because I was hitting lights out. They call me real story, guys. Once I was in a game where I hit probably about 6 3-pointers in one half. And so they started calling me Peja Stojakovic. Those of you who don't know who that is, I guess because I'm light-skinned, so they can only compare me to a light-skinned player, which was no disrespect. Peja's a 3-point legend. So for those of you that don't know who he is, he was one of the best 3-point shooters of all time for the Sacramento Kings back in the 2000s. This guy was a sniper. So I hit 6 threes in the first half, and all of a sudden I started hearing them arguing about who's guarding me. I was cooking all of them. So I was really like, send the next one. Like in the words of the great Kobe, send another one. And I was just cooking them. They made the halftime adjustment. I only got none but 2 shots up in the second half. Made one of them, by the way. I ended up with like 7 3-pointers. But you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, you can only do so much when you have players out or injured. And I don't mean I'm trash because I only dropped 1 bucket in the second half. That means that they adapted strategically, made the adjustment, and then they took me out of the game. Right? That's what they did. And that's what I saw today on the court. I saw the Clippers obviously were undermanned. They adapted to that, and they took your boy Kuz and Dennis out of the game. which props to them, you know? Props to them. My man said Hall of Fame cap. Never that, man. Never that. I'm actually a really good shooter, bro. Put that on anything. Where's the video? Oh my goodness. You guys always trying to see the video. Come see me on the park. I'll show you the video in 3D. In your face. Splat. I'll get you, bro. I mean, I got witnesses. I don't need a video. He said, not worried. Robert AD will come back just as he was. He said he didn't hear it. I will start you over KCP. Nah, man. I'm not even saying. I'm not trying to compare myself to these NBA players. The levels are different. I was just giving an example of anybody who's played real life, organized basketball, right? Anybody who's played knows that, people make adjustments. And when your star players are out or when you're missing key role players, the defense will adjust to the players that they're supposed to take off. It's that simple. He said 3-point contest, you and me, bro. Let's do it. Any day, man. Y'all know where to find me. Will you like to start Alex Caruso over Schroder? I wouldn't mind, but I would wait till LeBron came back to make that adjustment for sure. I really wouldn't mind. I would make that. I will wait because I feel like Caruso plays a lot better with LeBron on the court than without him. Without him, he looks lost out there, man. He went from the bald mamba to the clip mamba. My man just I'm sorry, the bald ego to the clip ego. So very, very true. Defense wins games. He said, bro, we just hating it. He said, because we didn't give them a good game. It's all good. Hey, on to the next one. We play again on Tuesday. I don't know if we're going to have Andre Drummond back for that game, but we do play Tuesday. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what happens. How do you think what do you think of Marc Gasol's performance? Marc Gasol's a solid bench player. All right, that's all he's just, at this point of his career, he's a very solid bench player. You know what I'm saying? So I like him off the bench. As a starter, not a huge fan, guys, to be honest with you. He's too flat-footed. He can't guard the same way he did when he was in Memphis. He has nice little spurts where he'll block a shot, get a rebound here or there. But overall, yeah, Marc as a starter is not my favorite. He said, we need to score the ball. We can't score at all. Again, you got to give credit to the defenses. They adjusted tonight. It's a different level of team we played. The Kings the other night, they don't really play defense. They're coached by Luke Walton. We actually played a team that has star players. They have depth, and they have some okay coaching. I'm not going to call it excellent coaching either. I mean, how good can what's his face? I forgot his name. That always happens. That always happens to me with names. But the Clippers coach, how good can he be? Lou something. It ain't Ty Lue, is it? Yeah, it is. Tyronn Lue. How good could he be? He's not that good. He said, LiAngelo Ball, good 3-point shooter, sign him. You got to do more than just shoot threes, man. LiAngelo Ball's not really an NBA player. I told everybody. They called me a hater. I never saw the talent. I mean, bro was too slow. He could shoot. That's it. But that doesn't really translate always to the NBA. There's been a lot of people overseas that could shoot, and then they get to the NBA, they get locked up. So, no. He's the only ball brother that probably was never going to make it to the NBA. Even if the whole China incident didn't happen, he probably wouldn't have made it. There's too much talent. There's only about 500 open roster spots in the NBA, and that's including the two-way players and all of that stuff. So, yep. Last comment before I get off. LBJ23, appreciate you, bro. He said, we win the championship this year, the bad go away. Go Lakers. That's true. Winning cures everything, man. We're going to leave it on a positive note, guys. We still NBA contenders. So no matter how bad we look today, how injured we were, at the end of the day, nobody looked as bad as Serge Ibaka. So that's the biggest L of the day. I feel better. Thank you to Serge for making us feel better, man, with that ridiculous outfit and that little man purse he had. Go Lakers, baby. We play again Tuesday. I'll see you guys right here for the pregame. Thanks for all the donations, likes. Hopefully you guys subscribe. Happy Easter. Be safe, man. Feast. Enjoy your meals, all that good stuff, man. Much love, Laker Nation. I'll see you guys Tuesday.